Y'all, my hair is my hair is doing its own thing right now, and I don't know, but we're gonna leave it as that. So I'm gonna go back and change it because I was starting um the live and then something happened, but we gonna get it straightened out before they. And I wrote all that stuff. I'm gonna have to go in and copy and do it that way. Happy Friday, guys. How are you guys doing? How was your weekend? Now, I'm going to warn you guys, if you hear kids, my kids are up, they are not asleep. And then I am watching my nephew. Um, so in the midst of this, which it should be really short, because this is just really random reminders. If somebody come in with my nephew because I got to watch him, that's what that is, okay? But this today we're going to be talking about random reminders as a Christian. Random reminders. Once again, I told y'all, I don't know what's going on. One side is curled, y'all, and another side is like, what? So this is what y'all getting today, okay? It's all right. It's natural. It's whatever. So we're going to go straight into it. It's really short, sweet, and simple. Literally short, sweet, and simple. Okay. So random reminders as a Christian. 3 signs God put them in your life. So when I say 3 signs that God put them in your life, I am talking about friendships, relationships, any type of situationship that you are in with a person. That's what I'm talking about. Any situationship that you are in with a person, 3 signs that God purposely put them in your life. Okay? So the 3 signs that they bring you peace. And let me just say before I get started, I got this reminders from hearing, listening, and from seeing. Okay, just FYI. So it was just something that came across me, and I said I'm just going to do something short and simple and sweet for this Friday, because next Friday I'm gonna have a real word for you guys, and that word is going to be some. It's about taking accountability for yourself. So that one I'm gonna do next Friday, but this Friday we just gonna do short, simple, and sweet. So the three signs that God put them in your life, they bring you peace. Okay, there's no drama, there's no confusion, and there's no second guessing. Like, have you ever been to a situation to where you're talking to somebody, and even from the midst of just talking to them for a little bit, just like having a conversation with them for like within 5 minutes, okay, something don't sound right, something don't feel right, like something's not there. You know that God didn't send them to you. Or if they constantly come in your life and they're hindering you, they're not helping you, they're not pushing you closer to Christ, they're not supportive of you, they're just really provide negative, like if like it's just negative activity, I would say. Like there's nothing good come from the person other than you just liking them. Or if it's a friendship, nothing good is coming from that friendship unless it's just like, okay, well, we benefit each other in this way and she benefit me in that way. Other than that, I mean, that's it. So if they bring you peace, then God put them in your life. It will be no drama, no confusion, no second guessing. Connect. Y'all will be on the same page spiritually. So spiritually, you guys will be like this. You know how people say like you have to be spiritually yoked? I believe that completely, and it's in the Bible. And I believe that with friendships and relationships, any relationship that I have with a person, I would love to be spiritually yoked with them, because we could have, one-on-ones. You'll be honest with them, you'll be open, there's no judgment zone. Like it's not real combative, or it's not like I have to prove, I have to stamp my value to this person. No, like you guys are going to connect automatically. And then another sign that God put them in your life is by them drawing you closer to God, or you drawing closer to God. So like real genuine when it comes to certain things. They're getting you back on the path of reading, writing, manifesting, studying, saying your prayers, reminding you before you eat, say your prayers. Sometimes we tend to forget, I do too. I do forget every now and then, but a person that's really like on your tail about, look now, hold on. You got to, hey, now, Sade, all right. So drawing you closer, reminding you, really just being that helpmate when it comes to situations like that. So those are three. There's many more, but those are the three main ways that you'll know that God put them in your life. They will bring you peace. You're going to connect spiritually, and they're going to draw you closer to God. Then we're going to scoot over to 4 ways God is speaking to you. And that's why I said these are really random. So this is not really like I have it set up like I normally like have it set up for a certain type of way. No, these are just random reminders as Christians that we need to, be reminded about. So 4 ways God is speaking to you. Dreams. Matthew chapter 2, verse 13. Job chapter 33, verse 14 through 17. God speaks to you through dreams. True prophets. And I say true prophets, not just prophets, true prophets. Because I have encountered some prophets that just said certain things to me because they wanted to date me. But that was it. What they would say never amounted up to what happened. Now I've met some I met some real prophets now that when they said something happened, I'm telling y'all, it happened. And if it didn't happen right away, maybe like a couple of months to a year. But God will connect you with true prophets. And that's Matthew chapter 7, verse 15 through 20. And then 2 Chronicles chapter 20, verse 20. And then the third way will be God's word. So, of course, reading the Bible. That's another way that he speaks to you. 2 Timothy chapter 3, verse 16. And then number 4, visions. And I'm going to be honest, I can attest to this. The main way God speaks to me is through dreams and visions. That's how he speaks to me. Everybody has their own way and or the way that God wants to speak to them. And I think I'm just going to say this. I think he picks off of what he knows you'll listen to the most. Like some people can hear, like I can hear loud and clear. But it really sticks like glue when I can see it. And I'm like, whoa, okay. Like he knows everybody. Some people are like, well, I don't need confirmation. I'm like, no, you lying. You do. Don't act like you don't. Like as Christians, sometimes we tend to want confirmation. And I'm not afraid to say sometimes I want to make sure that I heard correctly, or if I'm making the right decision, correctly. I want to know, like, is this right, God? And then he'll tell me. So mine's is visions, but visions, sometimes warnings, and the visions he exposed and then seeing the future. So every vision that I've had, majority of them was a warning. If I asked a question the night before and I prayed on it, either he'd tell me in a vision the next morning or maybe like months down the line. But as far as a dream, yes. I'll see people in my dream, but sometimes God will cover the face, but I'll know who it is. So that's him giving me confirmation. Like, I think how people say God is like, he has a sense of humor, and he does, because it's like, he'll cover for me, he'll cover the face, but yet he'll show us everything else. I'm like, God, I know who it is. Like, but I think that's what he wants me to know. Like, I gave you a hint. This is who it is. So, but so those are the 4 ways that God is speaking to you: dreams, through true prophets, God's word, and visions. And then I'm gonna go to one more, and then I'm gonna ask you guys a question. The best is yet to come. So if it's to the point to where you're just worrying, you're constantly like your mind, you feel like you're left and this person's getting blessed and that person's getting blessed and you're doing God words and you're being righteous and you're doing what he needs you to do, and you still feel like you're just stuck and you're stagnant and you're not going anywhere and everybody else is going everywhere. Okay, this is what he wants me to tell you guys. The best is yet to come. So number 1, don't kill the future worrying about your past. Leave the past in the past. Let it go. Move forward. I know that's hard to do. I know we all have trouble with it. Whatever happened in the past, do not bring it to your future, because you're gonna miss out on your own blessing by doing it. Number 2, new door, new way, new mind. Just be open to endless possibilities. Number 3, get ready to receive your blessing. Sometimes we say we're ready, but we're really not ready. Like if you say you're ready to allow God to use you and that it's in his will, whatever his will is, but then when he bless you with what he wants you to have, then you go, well, God, I don't know if I want that. Can I negotiate? Like if he send a man to you, you say, God, I want a husband. He sends you a husband, but he's not tall enough, or he's not light skinned or dark skinned, or however your preference is. But you just said whatever's in your will, Lord. He knows what's best. So maybe your preference is not meant for you. Maybe your preference is an abuser, a rapist, a killer. Like maybe that's what your preference is, but he's like, no, that's not who I have for you. So you can't say sometimes you're ready to receive your blessing when you're trying to negotiate your blessing. You can't negotiate blessings. Take it. Okay? Because he knows what's best. Why would you want to negotiate with God? Like, and people tend to do it all the time. All the time. Like, God, I need a new car. And he bless you with a car, but it's not the car that you want. So now you're upset. But it's a car. You just say you need a new car. So he just wants y'all to know the best is yet to come. Like, just be ready to receive your blessings. Number 4, make room, be patient, be ready. You got to make room for your blessings. So you can't have people in your life that is taking up space that's to where someone else needs to be there. That seat is already taken. No, literally, I can't see that person in the seat, but I know I have faith that seat is taken. So you got to go. Like, this is not meant, you're not meant to be in this seat. So you need to go. He said, make room. Okay. Be patient. You have to be patient of what you're asking him and or what you're wanting in life. You cannot rush God. Our time is nowhere near God's time. So you cannot rush him and expect him. Well, God, I done waited 3-4 years, but go in the Bible. You know how many years it took for people to get married, to have babies? 40 years. I mean, come on, y'all. Like 3 years, 2 years is not that bad compared to 40. I'll take that any day. So just be patient and be ready. The reason why you may not have it now is because he's prepping you for when it's to come. You have to have that mindset. Do not rush him, because think about it. If you rush him before ahead of time and you trying to rush your blessing, you can mess it up. Or when he give it to you, you may not know how to receive it. You may not know how to handle it. So you got to be careful. You know, you have to be careful. So make room, be patient, be ready. That's what he wanted me to let you guys know. But the best is yet to come. If you're doing what he asked you to do, I'm telling you, and this is something that he told me as well. Our blessings are so backed up, it's ridiculous. Like, the best is going to come, but you have to be patient. You have to be ready. And I'm excited. I don't know about y'all, but I'm excited because I'm ready for all he got for me. I'm excited. Okay. Now I'm gonna ask y'all a question before I move to the next one. And I think we got like 2 more. And I have a question to answer because I was asked this question over the week. So which ones out of the 4 ways God is speaking to you? How do God speak to you guys? Do he speak to you guys through dreams? Do he send prophets or people to tell you certain things? Do he speak to you through the word, as far as like you reading the Bible and then, you know, he just pour into you in the midst of reading? Or is it visions? Which one? Which way do he speak to you guys? And if you feel like he doesn't speak to you in any of those ways, then tell me a new way that he speaks to you. And then 3 signs that God put them in your life: bring you peace, connect, and draw you closer to God. Like, have God ever sent anyone in your life to where those people have done either of those 3? And if so, like, how did he do it? Like, I'm just curious. Like, how he do it? I'm gonna do one. I'm gonna do my best friend. Okay, so I'm gonna tell y'all a story while y'all, you know, tell me y'all's. We met in college, and I already had a best friend, but I knew from the time I saw my best friend that she was gonna be my best friend. But I ain't want to tell her that because I didn't want to come off like, girl, you crazy, you weird, like you kind of iffy, you know. So I was like, I ain't telling her nothing. Like, I know she's gonna be my best friend, but I ain't gonna tell her because I don't want to come off like I'm needy, like I'm pressed, because that's not Sade. I don't do that. So I'm like, okay. So months passed and we became closer and closer and closer. And then the friend that I originally had that was my best friend, she started to fall back because she noticed I wouldn't call her, I wasn't around her, I wasn't trying to talk to her, none of that. Like, I was really trying to be around my friend. I'm gonna pause on my story. Let me see here. He speaks through me, through someone. I was hard of hearing at first just because I wasn't seeking God like I am today. Okay, so he speaks to you by true prophets. Because when God speaks to someone, that's a prophet. Because they're hearing God's voice to tell you something. Or are you saying like random people will tell you something and you like, huh? Because how would they know what I got going on? So it could be two ways how you doing it. But either way it goes, I have encountered both of those ways. So that's good. And when he spoke to you, how did you feel? Like, as far as that person speaking to you and they don't even know you, if that's what you're pertaining to, how did it feel to know that this person don't even know me and they know what I got going on? Of course you got to know that's God, because how would they know that? I don't know you, you don't know me, so how would you know? That's a really good one. Or if it's to where it's a prophets, a prophet come to you and tell you, hey, I'm a prophet, God told me to tell you. It could be that way too. So you got people that's real direct with it, prophets, or people that don't know that God is using them. So it could go both ways. But how did you feel when that happened? But I'm gonna get back to my story while he tells me. So when I realized that she was my best, I realized she was my best friend when I noticed the things she started doing for me. She started to draw me closer to God. We started talking about God, going to church. Her mother is a first lady, and her father's a pastor. Same thing we had in common. My dad as well. So I'm like, all right, we got a lot of things in common. We preachers' kids, and you know what they say about preacher kids, which is not nowhere near true. Nowhere near. Now, I don't know about other people, but for me, that's nowhere near true. My dad was never that type of guy that was on you, like pouncing on you. No, he let me be me, and he let me live and figure out my own. He warned me. Did I listen? No. But I mean, of course, you're not going to. That's you. Parents have to understand. Kids are not going to listen at the end of the day when it comes to finding their own way. And you have to allow them to. It's going to hurt to see them in pain, but they have to go through it. So my dad was that type of dad. And she just clicked into everything with my family, everything like that. She's the godmother of both of my daughters, and we've been friends for 11 years actually. Last month, January, made 11 years. And I remember the day that I said, yup, I told her I was going to go on a diet. And I told my ex-best friend the same thing. My ex-best friend said, okay, what? All right, cool. Randomly, this my friend now, my best friend, she was working at Walmart. I picked her up along with my friend at the time because I didn't have my car yet. And she had like a big bag of fruits and vegetables. And I'm like, what, you about to make smoothies? She said, no, this for you. I said, what? This is for me? She was like, yeah, this is for you. This is yours. So at that moment, I knew, yeah, because who does that? Who really cares that much to hear someone else say they're going on a diet and to get them fruits and vegetables? Because fruits and vegetables are very expensive. And she knew that. So I think she used a discount. She was working at Walmart at the time. And she got me some fruits and vegetables. So she drew me closer to God. She was there for me. We physically, not physically, spiritually, we were just like connecting. And she brought me peace. So that's when I knew, that God was involved when it came to her. Let's see. First couple of times it was weird, okay, just like anybody else. I just looked the other way, like they didn't know what they was talking about. I've done that as well. But the things that they told me came up, it can only be him trying to speak to me and kept me away from trouble that you was going to be put into. First couple of times it was, oh, okay. Okay, so yes, I can understand that. I understand. That's just like the first time that I spoke with a prophet. A prophet literally found me on Facebook, didn't know me from a can of paint. I'm like, this man called me late at night. I'm like, what are you on? And he was just like, I know this is gonna sound weird, but I'm your husband. And I said, what? Like, what are you talking about? I'm in a whole relationship. And he was just like, nah, I'm your husband. Like, I knew that we were supposed to be together. And I'm like, I'm shaking my head the whole time. Y'all, this man read me from top to bottom. This man knew what I was dealing with. This man saw what my ex was doing to me and was trying to tell me. This man knew everything that was happening in my life. And I was like, what? So I can understand when this person says that the first couple of times it was kind of weird, because it was definitely weird to have somebody you don't know tell you about your own life. Like, sir, I don't even know you. How? do you know me? So that right there was a little whoo. But yes, I can understand that. So we're gonna move forward. Spend time by yourself. So this is one thing that I just have to get out to you guys because a lot of people do not want to spend time by themselves. So number one, don't just be around anyone. Stop being thirsty for people. Do not, because you're anointed, you're so precious, you're rare. You do not want to be around just random people who can just try to suck up all the goodness. Don't do that. Rather have bad company than to be by yourself. Yeah, because people rather have bad company than to be by themselves. So he wants you guys to be able to spend time by yourself. Don't allow people to suck you into negativity and sin. Let's see. And love yourself. Spend time, learn, expose yourself spiritually. Like, so don't allow people to come in and to suck you into negativity, to suck you into sin, to suck you into temptation, to suck you into things that you know that you shouldn't be doing. Learn to be by yourself. Just because you don't want to be alone does not mean you need to be around bad company or people that is taking you further from God. Don't do that. Let's see. Get yourself together and put yourself first. And so get yourself together and put yourself first. Do not be around stupidity. And this is what is coming to be. So I'm not calling you guys stupid, but get yourself together, put yourself first. Do not be around stupidity. And you will learn who you are by who you have around you. That is so true. Like when you start realizing that my best friend is cheating and I'm condoning it, that exposed who you are. You're a cheater too. Because you sitting there, no, you're not physically cheating, but you cheating too. Because you're like, okay, well, it's fine. Hey, best friend, keep doing what you're doing. It's all right. It's cool. No, it's not. Now that just tells you who you are. What's a person that you are. So spend time by yourself because then you'll start to understand who you are. You're going to expose yourself. Actually, when you by yourself, you get to really sit in who you truly are and ponder. Okay, who am I? Because when you with around a bunch of people, sometimes how they act cause you to act a certain way. So if they acting a monkey, then you're going to want to act a monkey because everybody else doing it. But get by yourself, and that'll tell you who you really are. All right. And then if you can't spend time by yourself, then how can you expect God to send someone or send the right people in your life to love and care for you if you can't love yourself enough to be by yourself? That is true too. So I can't send you a husband or a wife if you can't be by yourself because you don't love yourself enough to be by yourself. I'm sorry, that's my daughter text me and I don't know why. She know I'm in Bible study. So remember, spend time by yourself. You know how people go, oh, well, I'm not going to movies by myself, or I won't go get my nose and toes by myself, or I won't, let's see, go to brunch by myself. You know how you be having them people that come to a restaurant and they're order food and they're sitting by themselves. I think those are the strongest people because they don't care what you think, or you think. I'm enjoying my meal and I'm eating by myself. And some people are not able to do that. Yes, baby, what you need?
Can I tell them what?
You could just tell them hi.
Can I tell them what my name is?
You could tell them your name.
So hello.
Go ahead.
Hello, my name is Cassidy because I'm so excited you're my new best friends today.
You made some best friends today.
Yeah, and today I went to school. I've been good. What? Have you ever been to school? Yes or no? I'm just asking you a question.
Yes, I believe they have been to school. You don't think they've been to school?
No.
Okay.
So guys, do you have these kind of hairs when your mom do it or your dad?
Have you ever had? So you're asking them, have they ever had your hairstyle before? I believe a few of them had. I've had. Okay. All right. Well, go ahead.
Wait, no, mommy.
I gotta finish Bible study, baby.
No, I want to stay forever.
You can't. Go ahead.
Just for a little while.
Go ahead, go talk to your sister.
Whoa, Christopher Booker.
Who's Christopher Booker?
So, guys, Christopher Booker is my daddy. So Christopher Booker.
Okay, go ahead, Cass. All right.
Bye, y'all.
So we're going to keep it moving. So I'm going to answer this question, and then I'm going to say one more thing, and then we'll be done for tonight. So like I said, tonight was really just short, simple, and sweet. Oh, she done messed up my dude. You see, kids come out of nowhere and just mess things up. It's just why. Oh Lord, I don't even know what this is. What is that? Is that a curl? Oh Lord. Oh, you know what, y'all? I'm gonna just keep it going. There we go. We'll do something like that. Naturals. Y'all with me? Y'all get it, right? Okay. So the question I had today, the question that I was asked, how did you get here? I was asked, so I was like, what do you mean? How did I get here? I believe we all know how we got here. And they were just like, well, no, how did you get to where you are now? And I just wanted that person to elaborate more on it. And when they did, they were saying, how did you get to who you are today, spiritually and mentally? Your personality is great. The things you go through, you're good at it, and it's, there's things like that. And this is what I basically said. I had to be broken. I had to break. I had to be broken, and I listened. I was obedient. So whenever God said to do something, and even times that I couldn't see it, I had to believe it. And that's where faith came in. And that's who I became, who I am today. But he had to break me. Like, I'm talking about break me to where I would cry at night, to where I didn't know what was going to happen the next day, to where I was living from paycheck to paycheck. Like, y'all, it was times in the past to where it was really, really hard for me. But at my weakest, at my most vulnerable time, that's where I hurt him the most. And that's where I began to change. He began to change me, and he began to show me, I'm here. I love you. You're going through this right now, and there's no one here. And you're going through all this, and no one is here right now but me. Pay attention to me. Focus on me. And that'll go back to Peter. When he said, focus on him. And that's what I did. I just focused, and I was obedient. And I listened when he said to do something. And it was just a constant thing. When I got up, break her again. Because if I didn't pass the test, because like I said, I think in session 3, we will be tested. You're going to get tested. So whenever I didn't pass the test, something else I had to do. Something, and then break it. Oh, you ain't passed. Let me break that flaw for you. And not even saying flaw, but let me break that spirit, I would say, that's preventing you from being the woman I chose you to be. Because every little small thing that you really have on you, like for instance, if somebody done you wrong and you don't speak to them, no, you gotta break that. You gotta get that out of here. Because if you're gonna see yourself as a Christian and you love your brothers and sisters, and you want to treat people how you want to be treated, then you will still be able to speak to that person even if they done you wrong. So there's things that had to be like broken off of me in order for me to be how I am today. So it was a constant break, listen, and that's really the best way to sum it up, that I can sum it up. So I had to be strong, and then I had to be strong enough to accomplish all that I had. Like, I had to go through the trials and tribulations and the tough times. So that I hope that answered your question of how, or shed some light, basically. Because I believe everybody who's where they're at today spiritually, they've gone through something, and it's to extreme measures to where you're like, okay, no, I gotta get to where I need to be. And that's what he did for me. So I was able to accomplish all that I have today, all that I'm doing today, because of strength, obedience, and faith. That's the best way I can sum it up. Strength, obedience, and faith. So he just had to break me constantly. And I was broken more than one time. And if I failed the test, I had to redo it again. Constantly, over and over again, over and over again, over and over again, until I get it right. And let me see here. I also want to let you guys know that nothing happens in your life by accident. And once I said again, these are random things to remember as Christians. Nothing happened in your life by accident. Everything is meant to happen. Life throws us unexpected challenges. And now this is just something that I believe. This is my own personal belief. So, and I had to write it down because it was just coming. I believe that God sometimes throw like a ripple or a rock to trip us up, right? Not for bad, but for good, to trip us up in the midst of us doing something or making decisions, to throw us off course, to get us in the direction so he can get you back to where you need to be, to his direction. So for example, if we're doing something we haven't been doing, I believe that he tripped us up purposely, or that he, throw a rock or a pebble or a stone so that we can fall off that track so we could get onto his track. And that's why I believe everything that happens in life is not by accident. I'm sorry if I said by accident. It's not by accident. It is not at all. I think everything happens for a reason. Time, what you had on, where you're going, what your mindset, I think every little piece is like a puzzle, and every little piece makes this big old puzzle. So every little thing in detail, I think it happens for a reason. When a person meet, think about it. If they met at a grocery store, what made her go in? Oh, she wanted some groceries. What made him go in? He probably wanted some change for a $20 bill. And by that, having her own thing and having his own thing, they met. So I believe every little thing that happens in our lives happens on purpose. And it's not by accident at all. So if God never threw the rock, or if he never threw the pebble, then you would have never gotten to where you need to be, because you'll still be on that same road. But he needed to stomp you up a little bit to get you where he needed you to be. And then one thing I'm gonna leave with you guys, and I'm gonna let you guys go, because I told y'all once again, it's gonna be quick today. You'll get a word next week. You'll get a real word next week. These are for people that are in relationships, married, wherever you at with somebody. If you're in a situationship, which I hope that you're not, because we are grown and we should know what we're doing. But just saying, if you don't have someone on your level, I believe that you are still alone. And when I say on your level, I'm not saying conceitedness. I'm not saying you're better than that person. I'm just saying, if you don't have that person on your level, you're still alone. If they can't give you what you need, you're still alone. If they cannot, uphold what you expect in a relationship, you're still alone. That's my personal opinion. Because you can tell anybody what to do and they could just do it. You can tell anybody to do something. Hey, sir, can you go get me a gift for Valentine's Day? He can go do it. So does that make him the person that you should be with? No. So that's why I believe if you don't have someone on your level, then you're still alone. You should strive for someone who is suitable and on your level, a partnership. And together, you should make the world, you should make an impact on the world. Or you should leave like a family a legacy, things like that, as well as make the devil unhappy. I remember I was younger, and I've been told this all my life. Whoever the man that I married, me and him, we are going to make the devil very, very, very unhappy, and I'm ready to do it. But that should be it. So if that person is not on your level, and they're not spiritually inclined, and they're not emotional, stable, they're not like good with finances and all this stuff, it's just certain, it's so many things that can form into like a big old bubble. But what I'm saying is, anybody can just do what you tell them to do, and then they can lie, or then they can been told, or then they can been prepped or trained to be on your level. But if that person that you're with, and you did none of that with, and they're not on your level, because that shouldn't be something you should do anyway. But If you've done none of that with and they're not even on your level, you're still alone. You're still alone. Okay. And the reason why I just said that, because I'm gonna leave that with you guys, because I'm just seeing so many things on Facebook and Snapchat and Instagram and all these other places and TikTok and this stuff, and people are just being lied to, cheated on, and even with me, like I'm constantly getting DMs from married men and DMs from people that are engaged, and I'm like, what are you doing? Why? What do you want with me? And it's just like, man, if that person on your level, you're just alone, because you could just tell there's something there that's just off. If you are married, why are you in another woman's DM? If you are engaged, why are you even looking for women on, so it's so much more for it. That's a different story. That's a whole different topic that we could get to another day. But just, if you don't have someone on your level, you're still alone, and you know it. Everybody knows it. Everybody knows when they if you can be in a household with your spouse, partner, friendship, relationship, whoever, and you feel alone, you are alone. And I'm not going to be lying about it. You're just alone. If they're not feeding into you, pouring into you, you're alone. Okay? So we're just going to go ahead. I'm just going to go back one more time and just do a rerun of what we all just talked about. And I'm going to let you guys go. Okay? So, random reminders as Christians. 3 signs that God put them in your life: bring you peace, connect, draw you closer to God. 4 ways God is speaking to you: dreams, true prophets, God's word, and visions. The best is yet to come. Do not kill your future worrying about your past. New doors will open. Get ready to receive your blessings. Make room, be patient, and be ready. And then spend time by yourself. Love on yourself. Do not be around bad company. Don't just be around anybody just because you don't want to be alone. Stop being thirsty. Drink some water. Okay? Love yourself. Spend time with yourself. Learn yourself. Expose yourself. Do not be around stupidity and negativity and sinful things just because you don't want to be alone. Do not have yourself around people who do not want the best for you. And you will learn who you are by who you are around. Okay? All right. And then the last one: nothing happens by accident. Everything happens for a purpose. Everything happens for a reason. And then lastly, if you don't have someone on your level, if the person that you with is not on your level, you are literally alone. Okay? So I just wanted to do those quick reminders. Next weekend, I will have a word for you guys. And I think I know what I'm going to talk about, but I'm going to, I'm going to ponder with it with God. So I'm going to let you guys go. And I love you guys. I will see you guys next Friday. And you guys have a good weekend.